Hello, my name is Ken Kogan with TheBIMguys.com, and today we're going to talk about how to bring in a scanned image into AutoCAD. Now, a scanned image, many times there are a lot of little separate images, and then whoever does the scans, they will combine them together in a program called Recap. Recap will recalibrate all these things and put them all back together and creates one file with all these points X-referenced back together. So what you're looking for is actually a recap file. That'll make it easier for you to deal with all these points. So what we'll do is, here I am in AutoCAD, and I've started some work, and we just got to scan in. So if I wanted to see how the scan interacts with the real model, what I'll do is I'll go up top, and chances are that the model you have, notice we have north, south, east, and west all nice and pretty here. There may be a different orientation because many of these are done by surveyors, and they use things like state plane coordinates, and we use a lot of times the corner of the building, so the orientation may be a bit out. Now you'll see I've got one already in here. Thought I deleted it to bring it back in again, but here we go. It's actually not a complicated process. You just go to Insert. Now, if you do have Autodesk Recap running, what you can do is you can actually fire this up. It'll go directly to Recap and let you open a file and look around, so you can actually see the picture inside the spheres or the globes and see how everything's working. If you want to bring it into your model, you go ahead and click on this button, and it's about as close to bringing in a block as it could be, right? I'm going to pick the Oshner RCP. This is one I've duplicated and add dimensions to, but that's a recap file. I hit open. At this point, it's going to ask me, just like a block, where do you want to place it? Now, I could specify it on the screen, or I could just say, just go ahead and put it in. So what it does is it brings it in, and there it is sitting there. So at this point, using some of the basic tools I know from AutoCAD would be, number one, I'd probably go ahead and create a layer and then move it to that layer. Now you've probably done this before with other things. Grab the object and then you tell it what layer to move it to. I'll go ahead and put it on a different layer. Now, in a perfect world, we would have one in here that was called, maybe scan. So since I don't have one called scan, I'm just going to pick another one over here. I'll just pick maybe this one here. I pick that layer. Then I move it where I need to move it, just like anything else. If you're working on, come over here, use your tools, move it around, rotate it, do what you have to do. Once you get it where you need it to be, then go ahead and lock the layer, like so. At that point, now the element is locked and it won't move anymore. So you will have to move it into place, and it is, being that we don't have any markers on here, it'll be hard to find out exactly where it is on here. The markers we do have are the columns. So if you look at the columns and start to line up where the columns are here, you can see how those things line up. Now there are some tools that you can make a section box and things like that in AutoCAD. I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with that, but you see you have these things called section planes. You may want to look into a little bit of help on that. I haven't used them that often. But what it'll do is let you kind of slice and dice this graphic here. So go ahead and play with those or do a little help. One trick is hover over the command and then hit F1 while you're here. And if all goes well, Autodesk opens up the help for that particular command. So that is a way to bring in a scan file. And for some reason it's not happy with my help, I guess. That's how you bring a scan file in, move it into place, and then make sure it doesn't move. So hopefully that helps. Again, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to contact us. We're on the web at TheBIMguys.com, and my name is Ken Colgan.